Okay, you can hear me loud and clear, right? You can hear me loud and clear? Alright, that's a copy.
2315 Delta to Coney Island. You have the lineup. Go ahead and proceed into 205th Street.
10 Delta arrive at Bedford Park.
Okay, you have the 2255 Delta at 145th Street in the village of Harlem.
All right, 2255, standby 1. 2310 at Bedford Park Boulevard. Rail Control Center, go ahead and proceed on signal. Give me a call back to 161st Street. Is that a copy?
161st copy.
2255 Delta to Coney Island Rail Control Center. Proceed on signal at 145th Street and give me a call back at 59th Street.
59th Street, copy.
Control, you said the 15 can depart from the layup, correct?
10-4.
That's a copy.
Error in game logic.
Hey, then you said you have an error in game logic?
Yes.
Alright, Javon, what do you want him to do?
Kill the game, try it again.
I voted back in.
Did you kill the game entirely?
Yes.
Alright, follow RCC's instructions. RCC coming to the 2315. Give me a call back at 205. Is that a copy? What's your instructions?
2315 Delta to Coney Island Rail Control Center. I copy you at 205th. Go ahead and proceed on signal. Give me a call back at Bedford Park.
Bedford Park copy, closing down.
Hey, Alex. Alex calling the Rail Control Center. Control, come into the 2315 Bedford Park Boulevard. Is that a copy? 2315 Delta to Coney Island Rail Control Center. I copy you at Bedford Park. Go ahead and proceed on signal. Go ahead and give me a call back at 161st Street.
161, that's a copy. Closing down and proceeding.
What happened?
Alex, coming to Rail Control Center. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Alright, do me a favor, take the time out of your name. We'll keep giving you guys times as you load in, okay?
Wait, what happened?
Take the time that is currently in your name out of your name. We'll be giving you guys times as you load into the game.
Oh, okay.
Alright, Drewski, did you get my poke? Do you copy the other 2320?
Yeah, copy that. The original 2320 is loaded in, ready to proceed.
Alright, 10-4, go ahead and change your nickname on Teamspeak for me, please. Once you've done that, you have the lineup to proceed into 205th Street.
Copy that.
RCC, I think we got a train calling in on the secondary.
Who's trying to call in?
The 2320 Delta 205th Coney Island, just checking it on the second radio.
Just stick to the system for now. This is the only system I have access to anyway.
I did not hear you on the second radio, but it's fine for now. Let's just go ahead and get you out of 205th. Let me know when you're ready to proceed.
RCC, this is the 2305 Delta 205, still on at 161.
2305 Delta to Coney Island, Rail Control Center, copy for 161. Go ahead and proceed on signal, give me a call back at 145.
That is copied for 145.
RCC 2320 Delta 205th Coney, ready to proceed at 205.
2320 to Coney Island, copy for 205th Street. You have the lineup. Go ahead and proceed on signal, give me a call back at Bedford Park.
Copy that. Call back Bedford Park.
Error in game logic.
Dispatcher,
I need OpenAO. Okay, BRB.
the 2255 Delta has arrived at 59th Street, Columbus Circle Station.
2255 Delta Coney Island, Rail Control Center, copy for 59th Street. Go ahead and proceed on signal, give me a call back at 34th Street.
Copy.
RCC, I'm about to load back in. I did not have OpenAL.
10-4.
There you go.
(161) for the 10 Delta.
RCC 2320 Bedford Park.
2320 Delta to Coney Island. Rail Control Center, copy for Bedford Park. Go ahead and proceed on signal. Give me a call back at 161.
Copy that, 161.
2310 Delta out of 205th, arrive at 161.
2310 Delta to Coney Island. Rail Control Center, copy for 161. Proceed on signal. Give me a call back at 145.
145, that's copy.
RCC, this is the 2305 Delta 205 to Stonewall at 145.
2305 Delta to Coney Island, copy for 145. Proceed on signal. Go ahead and give me a call back at 59th Street.
That is a copy for 59th Street.
RCC coming in for a radio check.
Please be advised when you're calling into Radio Control Center, or correction, Rail Control Center, excuse me. Use the radio as in Rail Control Center followed by who you are and your message.
I need a lineup.
Okay, I need a lineup. I don't know who you are. So when you call into Rail Control Center, please say Rail Control Center, who you are, and then the message.
Can I just get my timestamp? I didn't.
You have to request for lineup, and then you.
I think he doesn't have a time.
Yeah, I don't have
It's
it.
8 and 3.
We understand that, but he still needs to say who he is when he calls in.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Yeah.
So in this case, Rail Control Center, you say Rail Control Center, Aiden, can I get a time, please? And then we'll give you a time.
Yeah, the 2255 Delta at 34th Street Herald Square Station.
2255 Delta to Coney Island Rail Control Center, copy you for 34th Street. Go ahead and proceed on signal. Give me a call back at Grand Street.
Grand Street Station, copy.
RCC come in.
Control.
This is Aiden. I need a timestamp.
10-4, 2330.
2315 calling in. We are reporting that we have arrived at 161. What's your updated call and location for this train?
2315 Delta. Rail Control Center, copy for 161, proceed on signal 145.
145, copy, closing, proceed.
RCC, this is 2310 Delta, arrived at 145.
2310 Delta to Coney Island, Rail Control Center, copy for 145, proceed on signal, call me back at 59th Street.
59, that's a copy.
.2330 Delta to Coney Island, Rail Control Center. You have the lineup at the layup track, go ahead and proceed into 205.
Copy. I'm experiencing minor difficulties. RCC, this is the 2330 coming in at 205.
.2330, copy for 205th. Go ahead and give me a call back at Bedford Park.
Bedford Park, copy. Calling now.
User joined your channel.
RCC coming to the 2315D.
2315 Delta to Coney Island, Rail Control Center, go ahead.
Hi, Rail Control. We've reached 145th. What's your instructions for this train?
2315 Delta to Coney Island, Rail Control Center, go ahead and proceed on signal, give me a call back at 59th Street.
59, closing down, proceeding. Thank you.
2335 Delta radio check.
West train calling in, Rail Control Center, say again.
2335 Delta radio check.
2335 Delta 5x5, you're good.
.2330 Delta calling back at Bedford Park.
2330 Delta to Coney Island Rail Control Center, copy for Bedford Park. Proceed on signal. Give me a call back at 161st Street.
161st Street. Copy.
Rail Truck Center 2255 Delta at Grand Street Station.
2255 Delta to Coney Island, Grand Street. That's a copy. Go ahead and proceed on signal. Give me a call back at the home ball.
Roger.
Rail Control 2335 Delta loaded up.
2335 Delta to Coney Island, Rail Control Center, copy. Go ahead and proceed on signal. Call me back at 205th.
Copy.
Yeah.
2335 Delta at 205th.
2335 Delta to Coney Island, copy for 205th Street. Go ahead and proceed on signal. Give me a call back at Bedford Park.
Copy.
ICC, this is the 2305 Delta, 59th Street, Columbus Circle.
2305 Delta to Coney Island, Rail Control Center, copy for 59th Street, Columbus Circle. Go ahead and give me a call back at West 4th Street.
Copy for Westport.
RCC 2320 Delta at 161.
2320 Delta to Coney Island, Rail Control Center, copy for 161st Street. Proceed on signal, give me a call back at 145.
Copy that. Next call back 145.
2335 Delta, Bedford Park.
2335 Delta, Rail Control Center, copy for Bedford Park. Proceed on signal, give me a call back at 161.
Copy.
Rail Control Center to 2255 Delta to 15 Stillwell. Is that interlocking home ball X154? Roger.
2255 Delta to Coney Island, copy for X154 home ball. Proceed on signal, give me a call back in Barclays.
Copy.
RCC, this is 2310 Delta, calling F59.
2310 Delta just to Coney Island, Rail Control Center, copy for 59th Street. Let them proceed on signal, give me a call back at Westport.
Westport, that's a copy.
Control coming to the 2315D, Coney Island to Coney Island.
2315 Delta to Coney Island, Rail Control Center, go ahead.
Hi, how you doing today? We're at 5-9. Is that a copy?
2315 Delta to Coney Island, Rail Control Center, copy 50 Main Street. Go ahead and proceed on signal, give me a call back at West 4th Street.
Copy for Westport.
Rail Control Center, 2255 Delta from 205 Stillwell is at Atlantic Avenue, Barclays Center.
2255 Delta Coney Island, Rail Control Center, copy for Atlantic Barclays, go ahead and proceed on signal. You can give me a call back at 9th Avenue.
You said 9th Avenue?
10-4 for 9th Avenue.
All right.
RCC 2320 Delta going to Stillwell, calling in 145.
2320 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center. Copy for 145. Proceed on signal. Give me a call back at 59th Street.
Callback 59.
RCC, this is the 2305 Delta bus 4 Street.
2305 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center. Copy for West 4th. Go ahead and proceed on signal. Give me a call back at Grand Street.
Copy.
RCC, this is 2310 Delta, calling at West 4th.
2310 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center. Copy for West 4th. Go ahead and proceed on signal. You can give me a call back at Grand Street.
Grand Street, that's a copy.
RCC, this is the 2330 coming in at 161.
2330 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Patrol Center. Copy for 161. Go ahead and pre-sell on signal. You can give me a call back at 145.
145 copy.
Control going to the 2315 at West 4th Street. Is that a copy?
2315 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Patrol Center. Say again?
We're at West 4th Street. Is that a copy?
West 4th Street. Copy. Go ahead and proceed on signal. Give me a call back at Grand Street.
Copy on Grand Street.
ICC, this is the 2305 Delta Grand Street.
2305 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Patrol Center. Copy for Grand Street. Proceed over the bridge. Give me a call back at the home ball.
Copy.
2255 Delta 205 to Stillwell at 9th Avenue.
2255 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Patrol Center. Copy for 9th Avenue. Proceed on signal. Give me a call back at 18th Avenue.
18th Avenue, copy.
RCC, this is the 2330. What was my callback?
Your callback was 145 2330.
Copy.
20, rail control 2335 Delta. 1 BIE entering 161st. Shit. Look, I know.
He's the first one.
Alright, alright.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I know. Congratulations. It's only slow for me. Sorry.
Alright, that's a copy. That's probably because there's a train right ahead of you, so
Yep.
better just be more attentive. Follow the signaling system. Okay, we'll talk about it later on. Your train is unlocked. Go ahead and recharge your train. Proceed on signal.
That's it. First strike.
RCC, this is 2310 Delta calling in at Grand Street.
Alright, 2310 Delta to Stillwell Rail Patrol Center. Copy for Grand Street. Be advised, you do have a train right ahead of you crossing the bridge. You may proceed. Just pay attention to the signaling system.
That's a copy.
Alright, 2335 Delta calling back at 161st.
2335 Delta to Stillwell Rail Control Center. Copy for 161st Street. Proceed on signal. Give me a call back at 145th Street.
Copy.
Control, what's the callback location for the 10 Delta?
– 2310 Delta. It'll be the home ball.
Home ball, copy that.
RCC, this is the 2330 calling back at 145.
Your callback is 145.
coming to the 2315.
2330 Delta to Stillwell, copy for 145. Go ahead and proceed on signal. You can give me a call back at 59th Street.
59th Street, copy.
2315, call into RCC, can you hear me?
2315 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center. Go ahead.
Hi, we're calling in at Grand Street, is that a copy?
2315 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center. Copy for Grand Street. Go ahead and proceed on signal. You can give me a call back at the home ball. Be advised of congestion on the bridge.
Copy for congestion on the bridge and copy for the home ball. Thank you.
RCC 2320 Delta to Stillwell 59.
2320 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center. Copy for 59th Street. Go ahead and proceed on signal. You can give me a call back at West 4th Street.
Copy that. Call back West 4th.
$23.35 Delta, calling back at 145th.
2335 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center. Copy for 145. Go ahead and proceed on signal. You can give me a call back at 59.
Copy.
This is the 2305 Delta 205 to Stillwell, currently at the home wall.
2305 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center. Copy for the home ball. You have the lineup. Go ahead and proceed on signal. Give me a call back at Barclays.
That is a copy for Barclays.
2335 Delta, calling back at 125th.
2335 Delta to Stillwell Rail Control Center. Say again.
2335 Delta, calling back at 125th.
Your callback was not 125th, it was 5.
Oh, okay, yeah, my fault. I just want to make sure.
RCC is 2310 Delta, calling at the home ball.
The 2255 dispatch. 2255 Delta's at 18th Avenue Station.
2255 Delta to Stillwell Rail Control Center. Copy for 18th Avenue. Go ahead and proceed.
Yes, I'm at 18th Avenue.
Did you say 18th Avenue?
That's correct.
10-4. Your next callback location is Bay 50th Street.
I'm sorry, what's the callback again?
If you're currently at 18th, your next callback is going to be Bay 50.
Bay 50th Street, copy.
RCC is 2310 Delta, calling at the home ball.
2310 Delta to Stillwell Rail Control Center. Copy for the home ball. You can proceed on signal. Give me a call back at Barclays.
Barclays, copy that.
ICC, this is the 2305 Delta, Atlantic Avenue.
2305 Delta to Stillwell Rail Control Center. Copy for Atlantic Avenue. Proceed on signal. Give me a call back at 36th Street.
That is a copy for 36th Street.
Control, come into 2315 at X154 ball. Is that a copy?
2315 Delta to Stillwell Rail Control Center. Copy for X154 home ball. Proceed on signal. Give me a call back at Barclays.
RCC, this is the 2330, calling back at 59.
2330 Delta Stillwell. Copy for 59. You have the lineup. Proceed on signal. Give me a call back at West 4th Street.
West 4th Street, copy.
RCC 2320 Delta to Stillwell, Westport.
2320 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center, copy for Westport. Go ahead and proceed on signal. You can give me a call back at Grand Street.
Copy that. 2320, next stop, Grand Street, or next callback, Grand Street.
RCC coming to the 2315.
2315 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center. Go ahead with your transmission.
Alright, so you're not gonna believe this. We were
Ah, yeah.
operating, and then all of a sudden we were coming to a stop, and signal 3092 on F3 decided to stay red, and we go VIE. Yeah, can we get a reset, please?
At 10-4, you do understand that you do have a train directly ahead of you, correct?
That signal didn't clear. I caught that. Yeah, that was my mistake. I'm sorry.
10-4, stand by. Alright, 2315 Delta, you can go ahead and recharge your train, proceed on signal. Remember to keep caution of the train ahead of you. Call back is still Barclays.
Copy for Barclays. We'll proceed with extra caution.
It's 2335 Delta calling back at 59th Street, Columbus Circle.
2335 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center, copy for 59. You have the lineup. You can give me a call back at West 4th Street.
Copy.
Control. Coming to the 2315.
2315 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center, go ahead.
We got a discharge of the train. Doors are open on the left side. In the tunnel.
Can you explain the situation? What happened?
Doors are open on the left side of the train.
How did that happen?
No idea.
Okay.
We're gonna have to write up a G2.
I'm cool with that.
Alright, 23.
Off guard. 2315 to RCC.
2315 Delta to Stillwell, go ahead and stand by real quick.
Stand by, no problem.
RCC, this is 2310 Delta to Stillwell or at Barclays Center.
SCC, this is the 2305 Delta, 36th Street.
2305 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center, copy for 36th Street. Proceed on signal, give me a call back at 18th Avenue.
Copy for 18th.
Yeah, control 2315 to the dispatch. Doors open in tunnel.
Stand by, stand by.
Copy.
RCC 2320 Delta to the well at Grand Street.
2320 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center, copy. You have the lineup across the bridge. Hold at X154 home ball. Is that a copy?
Copy that. Holding at 154 ball.
Rail Control Center coming for the 55 Delta at 50th Street.
2255 Delta to Stillwell, copy for Bay 58. You may proceed into Coney Island Stillwell Avenue.
Copy.
RCC, this is 2310 Delta, arrive at Atlantic Barclays.
2310 Delta to Stillwell, copy for Barclays. Proceed on signal. Give me a call back at 36th Street.
36, that's a copy.
Twenty-three 15 Delta to Stillwell Rail Control Center. Can you confirm you are having a faulty door?
Confirming that I have a faulty controller. There's a button stuck. The button underneath the controller I'm using for the master controller was stuck. So as soon as I moved the controller up a little bit, it toggled.
10-4, stand by.
Copy.
Two.
Just like that, the 2255 has officially terminated at Stillwell Avenue.
2255 Delta, thank you for your service. Have a good night.
Good night, Jarrell.
No, I'm not leaving yet now, Eden.
Oh, okay.
Keenan, yes, okay, I understand that. Thank you. Just please make sure you clear in the air. All right, 2315 Delta to Stillwell. Does your train have a ATS feature currently?
2350 to RCC. No, there's no ATS feature on this train.
All right, 10-4, and you are still in revenue service. You do have passengers on board, correct?
Yep, that's correct.
All 36th Street for the 10 Delta.
All right, 36th Street, stand by. All right, 2315 Delta to Stillwell. What I want you to do, proceed no more than 10 miles you can go ahead and pull in to Barclays. When you get to Barclays, we're going to discharge your passengers, and then you'll be deadheading to Coney Island, not going more than 30 miles per hour. Is that a copy?
That's a copy for 30 miles per hour deadheading. Do we close the doors and proceed?
Have you attempted to close the doors?
Oh yeah, we could close them. We can continue in service. We were just letting you know and waiting for the proper instructions.
Well, from what I understood, you told me that you have a faulty controller for the doors?
Yeah, so I can let the doors open and close automatically. I don't have to touch the button. It's just that the doors accidentally flew open when the master controller reached a certain point. That's where the button is located on my controller. So when I pulled back to stop close to the signals, the door opened. So I'm letting you know that the doors are open. And they're still open. I'm waiting for instructions as to what to do with the train. I can take it out of service, or I can continue it. It's up to you. I'm fine with either.
RCC, this is the 2330 calling back at West 4th.
2330 standby.
Copy.
And we can continue making revenue stops, no problem, or we can discharge. It's up to you. It's all fine.
Alright, 2315 Delta. You're not going to continue in revenue service. We will close your doors, pull into Barclays, discharge your passengers. Even if we have a faulty controller, we're not taking the chance. You will deadhead to Coney Island, and we'll pull you into the yard over there. Do you understand?
Copy. Closing. Go to
Stand for it.
Go to Barclays. Copy.
Okay, let's do this. Who called in to who was the first train to call in?
2330.
Alright, 2330 standby. One train currently holding at 36th Street. Go ahead and give me a transmission.
2310 Delta holding at 36th Street.
Alright, 2310 Delta to Stillwell Rail Control Center. You have a lineup. Proceed on signal. Give me a call back at 18th Avenue.
18 copy.
Alright, 2330 Delta to Stillwell currently holding at West 4th Street. You have the permission to proceed to Grand Street.
Grand Street, copy.
RCC 2320 Delta to the well, holding at 154 ball.
2320 Delta to Stillwell. Copy for X154 home ball. You may proceed on signal. You can go ahead and give me a call back at Barclays. Is that a copy?
Copy that. Proceed on signal. Call back Barclay.
2335 Delta, calling back at West 4.
2335 Delta to Stillwell. Copy for West 4th Street. Go ahead and give me a call back at Grand Street.
Copy.
Alright, Control, coming to the 2315.
2315 Delta to Stillwell. Rail Control, go ahead.
Alright, so we discharged customers at Pacific Street. We're gonna recharge up and head to the yard. Is that a copy?
2315 Delta Rail Control, copy. Once you recharge, you'll be proceeding on signal. Be advised, obviously, when bypassing the stations, make sure you follow all rules and regulations. You can proceed 25 through the stations. Continue your horn blasts. A recommendation of 5 blasts, as always. And be safe. That's all.
Copy. Are we still following the restrictions of 30, or we're just going normal speeds and following station procedures?
You'll follow the restrictions of radio.
Follow the restrictions of the game?
Yes, 10-4.
Alright, copy. Thank you. Give you a call back to Coney.
10-4.
This is the 2305 Delta to Stillwell at 18th Avenue, RCC.
2305 Delta to Stillwell, 18th Avenue. That's a copy. Go ahead and proceed on signal. You can give me a call back at Bay 50th Street.
That is a copy.
RCC, this is the 2330 calling back at Grand.
Uh, 2330 Delta to Stillwell, copy for Grand Street. Go ahead and proceed on signal. You can give me a call back at X154 Homeball.
X154 homeball, copy.
RCC 2320 Delta to the well at Atlantic.
23 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center, copy for Barclays. Go ahead and proceed on signal. You can give me a call back at 36th Street.
Copy that. Next call back, 36th Street, 2320 Delta.
RCC, this is the 2330 coming back at the X154 home ball.
2330 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center, copy for X154 home ball. Proceed on signal, give me a call back at Barclays.
Barclays, that's a copy.
RCC 2320 Delta to the well at 36.
2320 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center, copy for 36. Go ahead and proceed on signal, give me a call back at 18th Avenue.
18th Avenue, copy that 2320 Delta.
Avenue for the 10 Delta.
2310 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center, copy for 18th Avenue. Proceed on signal, give me a call back at Bay 50.
Bay 50, that's a copy.
User left your channel.
RCC, this is 2305 Delta, Bay 50th Street.
2305 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center, copy for Bay 50th. Proceed on signal, you can proceed into Coney Island.
Copy.
User joined your channel.
$23.35 Delta, calling back at Grand Street.
2335 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center, copy for Grand Street. Proceed on signal, give me a call back at X154 home ball.
Copy.
Bay 58 for the 10 Delta.
2310 Delta to Stillwell, copy for Bay 50th. You can go ahead and proceed on signal and pull in to Coney Island, Stillwell Avenue. Thank you for your service.
Stillwell, that's a copy.
$23.35 Delta, calling back at X145 home ball.
23, was it the 35 or 30?
35.
Alright, 2335 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center. That's a copy for X154 home ball. Proceed on signal, go ahead and give me a call back at Barclays.
Copy.
This is the 2305 Delta, Coney Island.
2305 Delta, thank you for your service. Have a blessed night.
You too.
User disconnected from your channel.
$23.35 Delta, calling back at Barclays Center.
2335 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center. That's a copy for Barclays. Go ahead and proceed on signal. You can give me a call back at 36th Street.
Copy.
Hold on. Wait a second.
Let's use proper radio communications only. If you have a transmission, you can go ahead and call it in.
Oh Lord. Oh no. Oh no.
Titan Delta terminated at Stowell.
2310 Delta. Thank you for your service. Have a blessed night.
RCC, this is the 2330. I did not call into Barclays.
2330 Delta to Stillwell. Do you mean you didn't call me back at 36th Street like I gave you clear instructions to?
It was at Barclays you told me to call back at. I was not aware.
You did call back at Barclays, but you were also advised to call back at 36, which you did not do.
Okay.
But that's fine. You can proceed, and you can give me a call back at 18th Avenue.
18th copy.
User in your channel timed out. User disconnected from your channel.
RCC 2320 Delta going to the well, 18th Avenue.
2320 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center. That's a copy for 18th Avenue. Proceed on signal. You need to call back at Bay 50.
Copy that, Bay 50th.
Twenty-three 35 Delta calling back at 36th Street.
2335 Delta to Stillwell, Rail Control Center. That's a copy for 36th Street. You have the lineup. Proceed on signal. You can give me a call back at 18th Avenue.
Copy.
Control, coming to 2315, discharged at Coney Island, is that a copy?
2315 Delta, copy for discharging at Coney Island. I appreciate you getting there. Have a good night.
Thank you. Have a good night too.